Hey there, it's Laura here from makingcardsisfun.com and welcome to another card making video tutorial here at my blog and YouTube channel. In today's video, I'll be creating an autumn slider card featuring Sunny Studio stamps. Before we get started, I wanted to mention that I made this card with my dear crafty friend Marika, or Marika as I often call her just to joke around because that is how I would pronounce her name in English. But anyway, you will be seeing her hands sometimes since we were making this card together. We were also chatting a lot, laughing a lot. So I did my best to edit this video the best I could. I'm starting out by stamping images from the Fall Kiddos and Happy Harvest stamp sets from Sunny Studio on some white Nina cardstock using Memento Tuxedo Black ink. I'm stamping all of these stamps at once using my Misty. Next, I'm coloring my images using Copic sketch markers. For the orange shades, I'm using YR09, YR04, and YR02. For the red, I am using R29, R24, and R22. I used this red to color the mushrooms, but I also used it to color some parts of the outfits for this little boy and little girl. For the yellow, I am using Y19, Y18, and Y13. I really enjoyed playing with these fall or autumn themed stamp sets. Fall is my favorite season because I just love the colors and I love the leaves that are falling from the trees. I also really like the fact that it's just cooler and that it won't be getting really hot anymore because I really prefer to wear sweaters just because they're just so comfy, you know. Alright, so for the skin of the little girl, I am using E53, E51, E50. For the boy, I used E51, E50, and E0000. I'm also going in with the R11 marker to add a little bit of color to the girl's cheeks. I actually forgot to add the R11 to the boy. For his hair, I am using YR27, YR24, and YR21. Coloring hair is a little bit trickier than coloring other images to me because you just kind of have to do the flicking motion or the flicking technique with your Copic marker in order to get a kind of realistic looking effect. For the girl's hair, I used E27, E57, and E53. Alright, so after finishing coloring these images, it's time to create a lovely background. This time I'm using Distress Oxide inks. For the background, I'm starting out with Ripe Persimmon, which is a beautiful shade of orange, perfect for autumn cards. As you can see, I'm using a makeup brush to apply my ink. To clean my brush in between switching colors, I just rub it over my Lawn Fawn stamp chamois and then I swipe it on a piece of scrap paper. For my next color, I'm using Carved Pumpkin, and when creating these kind of gradients, I like to go back and forth between all of the colors that I used. So for example, after finishing the Carved Pumpkin, I go back in with the Ripe Persimmon to create a nice blend. Next, I'm using Wild Honey, and while I was doing that, I realized I still needed to apply my mask for the grass. I'm just using a piece of low-tack tape from Heffy Doodle that I cut in half. So this measures roughly an inch, so it's about an inch wide. The color on the bottom is Fossilized Amber. So I used Ripe Persimmon, Carved Pumpkin, Wild Honey, and finally Fossilized Amber. To finish up this background, I'm just going back in with all of these colors to create a nice and even blend. Now that I've finished applying the colors, it's time to create the grass. I am going to reposition my piece of masking paper and use Mowed Lawn Distress Oxide ink to add some grass to this piece of paper. I repeated these steps twice because I created a second blend because I'll be creating an interactive card, I'll be creating a slider card, And as you can see, this will create an opening, so you will be able to see what's behind it. I used the slide on over dies from Fawn to create my slider, and this is actually quite easy. I am using some foam tape and I am folding that in half to create a little bit of thickness. Then I am cutting that a little bit smaller using my EK Success scissors. And then it's time to create a frame around your penny. You just kind of have to eyeball, but you need to make sure that your penny has enough space to move around. So as you can see, I just like to move that around a bit and then see if it's good to go. I'm creating my frame, so I'm just measuring it. I'm not doing it very precisely, but you do need to make sure that your frame is closed so that your penny won't be able to slide away. Next, I'm applying some kitchen flour to remove any stickiness because the penny tends to stick to the edges of the foam tape. So you just need to remove a little bit of that stickiness with a bit of kitchen flour, but you can also use baby powder or a specific powder tool made for card making and crafting. We're almost finished here with our slider piece. I just cut a piece of foam tape a little bit smaller so it would fit the penny. You need to make sure that it doesn't touch the edges of your opening for your slide on over card, because otherwise your slider won't be able to slide that well. I also applied some kitchen flour to the foam tape on the penny, and then you're good to go. I'm removing the backer sheets of this foam tape, and then I'm carefully going to position that other piece with the piece over here. I'm adhering these little leaves using Tonic Studio's Deluxe adhesive. The Smooth Precision adhesive is a glue pen, but of course you can also use that for this card. And then for the sentiment, I am combining two different sentiments from the Fall Kiddos stamp set from Sunny Studio. I stamped that using Versamark ink, then I'm sprinkling on opaque bright white embossing powder from Wow, and then I am heat setting that powder until it's completely melted. I trimmed down this paper using my Tonic Studios guillotine, and then I am using some tiny foam squares to adhere these two banners to my card base. There we go. I also cut a piece of pattern paper from the Into the Woods paper pack from Fawn to 4" by 5 1/4. This was my first paper pad from Fawn that I ever purchased. I think it's one of the first paper packs from Fawn, in fact, so they don't sell it anymore, which is a shame because I really love that collection. Kind of happy that I didn't use too much of it because now I still get to enjoy it. Here I am using a brand new to me Wink of Stella glitter pen from Zig. This is not like the other Wink of Stella glitter pen you've seen crafters using, because those are usually the brush tip markers, but this is actually a point tip, which makes it really easy to add sparkle to tiny details. And as you can see, it gives you a really nice amount of glitter. It's almost like kind of a platinum looking glitter. It's not entirely clear to me. It looks a little bit more like a platinum, but I really love how much it sparkles. I've never had a glitter pen that gives that much sparkle, so I would definitely recommend it. I applied a little bit of Tonic Nuvo Crystal Glaze, and then I also went in with the Orange Soda and let's see, Honey Gold glitter drops from Tonic Studios. So there you go, that finishes up my autumn slider card featuring Sunny Studio stamps. I hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, give it a thumbs up, subscribe to my channel, and click the notification bell. I will see you soon. Bye bye.